All right, this is how you can register a company with the CAC, right? So, the first that's not the first stage anyway. The first stage is to reserve the name. And how do you reserve the name? You come to the business name reservation, select the classification company, select the specification type. You can most times we use private company limited by shares, right? So depending on what your client wants from you, here you put the name of the company, whatever the name of the company is, and you put LTD. LTD. So if there are two options or limited, it can be full, limited, or LTD. So and if you have a second option, you put it there. Click on save and continue. Objective, you are registering a new incorporated registration. No additional remark necessary. Click on save and continue. Check review the business and then go ahead and make payment. Once the name reservation is confirmed, you just come to the reservation list, and on the reservation list come and select start registration for the company. So you can click on start registration. Once you click on start registration, it will pop up the name of the company, and then you can fill the details as follows. So depending on what the business does, right? So you can confirm what the business does from the client. So there are list of things you should request from the client. So those things you request from the client will now determine what information you'll be filling. So for this one, for instance, this is an agricultural firm I'm trying to register, right? So all I need to do is simple and just go to the principal business and agricultural business, right? Agricultural, forestry, and fishing. And then I have to select specifically either crop or animal, whatever the detail of the agricultural business is, right? Okay. So thereafter you have to select, put in the details of business of the business. So that means principal activity. So you can just put cultural service. So you have to be careful to avoid typo, graphical errors, right? Put in details of the business, the email address, the phone number, the address of the business, and then once you are done with that, you click on save and continue. So let me do that from my end and continue. Proceed, and it will bring you to where you need to fill in the object of the company. So there are different objects, right? Depending on whatever you fill in for the details of the business. Let me take you back now. So this is what I decided to fill in for the details of the business. What I do majorly is that I ask ChatGPT to help me generate. I have a template and a command that I've already inserted into ChatGPT. So with that, it helps me get, arrange object, company object for all my registration. So let me show you what I have here. So this is the particular chart where I have this particular details. So all I need to do is put in the details of the business and then click on enter, and then it's going to generate some objects for me. Here are the objects for the company. So this is a programming that I have specifically. So if I want more than five, it will generate five for me. I see that it's relevant to provide comprehensive agricultural services, including consulting, training, and support to farmer agribusiness, to engage in farming activities, including crop cultivation, livestock rearing. You understand? So you can see that it helps me expand the shape. So most times I always advise people to, when you do this, you relate it to the client and make sure that it's fitting to the object of the client before you end up using, right? So don't just think whatever ChatGPT generates for you is what you would use directly. So mostly I want to remove this consulting because consulting attracts SCUMO, right? SCUMO. So training and support is fine. If you put consulting into it, sometimes they will ask for certification or they will ask for SCUMO. So including activities. So I add number two, click on add, go to the third one, to process package and sell agricultural products including fresh and processed food. You can see that that gives a better picture of the object, right? Add, go to number four, supply agricultural input such as seed. You see that that's reasonable, right? Go to the add, right? I didn't copy properly, so make sure everything is properly copied. And then finally, to produce sustainable agricultural practices, eco-friendly, blah 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 blah. Okay, this is not bad too. Go there and add, click on add. So I have those five stuffs outline. So as I proceed with this, I'll copy this now and send to the client and be sure that the client is okay with this, right? So if the client is okay with it, I'll proceed. So I'll just continue with my video as I make it. Confirm this if it is good to go, right? So the next thing we'll be doing after you are filling the object of the company is click on continue, save and continue. Very simple, right? So once you click on save and continue, you add the details of the witness, the son name, the first name, all the details of the witness, put in all the details, email address and everything, and click on add witness. So let me quickly do that 1 minute. So thereafter, once you're done with this, you click on add. Let me add the witness. I'm adding the witness right now. So the witness has been added. I'll just adopt the default article with CAC and scroll down, save and continue my process of registration, right? So once I'm done with that, the next thing I need to do is go ahead and fill in the details of the director. So when I click on add director, I'll put in the name, the date of birth and every other details here. And then the main thing you will do here, if the director is one and you want the director to be a shareholder, so toggle in as shareholder so that it will go and reflect in the shareholder portion. If you are doing this from an account that is not accredited, you would be seeing an automatic name showing up here. So it's because when you created the account, the owner of the account owns the whole thing, so the person will be showing up here. So the only place where you need to go and add that person is in the shareholder place. But right now, if I had the person in my accredited account, if I had the person as a director, I wouldn't have to add the person as a shareholder as well. I believe you understand what I'm saying. All I need to do is to edit the shareholder portion and do it properly, right? So as many directors can be added in this particular registration. So let's proceed. Let me do the addition and then I will share my screen with you. So all I need to do right now here is to just click on add the director, and the director will be automatically added to the company. So this director, he has been added to the company and he's good to go, right? So the next thing I want to do is to click on save and continue. Once I click on save and continue, director has been added, right? Don't forget I've ticked the director as a shareholder. So here now I need to make sure that I skip this process for secretary. We don't need secretary for this company. Close this particular portion. Now this is very important, right? For the type of the company, you check. So if your company is less than 5 million naira share minimum share capital, you select this first option, right? Then you come down here, select the amount of minimum share capital you want to allot for this particular company. This is 1 million naira I want to do for this company. Equity. So equity, don't forget there are two classes of shares. I'll make a video to differentiate between these two, but mostly you put equity for what you want to do right now, right? Since it's just one person that is the director, the shareholder. So you divide, don't forget you issue share capital is 1 million as well. Then you divide the minimum share capital. Now this one it depends, but I always advise that you divide it to also 1 million, so they have 1 naira per share. You see that you can divide to 10 million. 10 million will give you 0.1 naira per share. Do you understand? So let's do just 1 million naira per share. Click on add the share details. You see that it reflects here, right? So you come here, you see that details of the director of the shareholder is showing. All I need to do is click on edit, and I will go scroll down and add the amount of share I want to allot to this person, which is just going to be the equity share, and allot all of it. So if you have 5 people in this particular, click on add, and you see that it has been added, and I can click on save and continue. So if you have 10 people that you want to share in this portion, now you have to share 100,000 for the first person, 100,000 for the second person, 100,000 for the third person. You share it in that order for the 10 people, and all the 10 people are going to be having each portion of the cake, right? Not cake now, of the shares. So all you need to do right now is click on save and continue, and you'll be able to proceed. So automatically the person will be added as person with significant control. So you just need to continue or save and continue. Anybody who has at least 5% of the shares in the company is a person with significant control. So make sure that whatever you do, if it doesn't show, now let me explain something here, right? In sometimes, maybe when you are doing the process of registration and you have added the shareholder and you have gotten to this stage of PSC, right? And you now go back, the customer and tell you that, oh, there are 2 more people I want to add. Now when you added the 2 more people, right, they will not automatically show up as the PSC in this place you are seeing. They will not show up here. Do you understand? So you have to add them manually now because of the first process. It only takes up the details of the PSC and of the shareholder and put them in the PSC on the first occasion. From experience now, right? So it might have changed, and if it has not changed, no problem, right? So all you need to do is just add the shareholder that have at least 5% of the shares in the company. So that means you calculate whatever 5% is for 1 million naira share capital, right? And calculate, and that 5% means at least, is it 50,000? The person will have at least 50,000. Once the person has 50,000 out of 1 million naira share capital, then the person is ready to be a PSC. I believe you understand what I'm trying to say, right? So let's continue with the process. So all you need to do right now is click on save and continue, and then check the entity statement. You have to add the person. This compliance, I think this one is mostly common for, okay, you can see it also if you are not an accredited agent. So you put in the necessary details and click on save and continue. Let me do that from here. So I've added all those details. The next thing I need to do now is save and continue, and then add the means of ID card. So let me prepare the ID card. So mostly the ID card that's important now is the ID card of the director. So if you are able to get the ID card of the director, you end up adding, right? So let's do that for the director. I have the ID card of the director. So all I need to do is upload the ID card of the director. Once you upload, you're good. Signature of the witness. So you make sure you get the exact signature of the witness you upload. So notice that this is for educational purpose, and it's just to help you be able to do these things by yourself, right? So let me confirm the exact signature of the witness. Just a minute. So I have to make sure. So if you make mistake in the details, you would not be able to proceed properly, and that will be an issue when they are creating a bank account, right? So this is the details of the witness. I've uploaded it. For the director, I've uploaded it. For the shareholder, the same thing, I upload it. For the PSC, same thing as the director, I upload it. For the deponent, it's same thing as the person, I upload it as well, right? So once you're done with that, you click on save and continue, and you go ahead and make payment for the process. So it is quite simple, right? It is quite simple. It is quite simple. So let's proceed with it. So right now, what we need to do, and if we've verified everything, we just need to click on save and continue, confirm the details that you have here. If they're okay with you, click on proceed to payment. Let's make payment together right now. So you allow it to load up. Click on, so the first payment you're making is 10,000 naira for the registration of a private company with share capital of 1 million naira or less. So it's loading up, and we allow it to load up. So you, depending on the payment option you are using, I want to use a card option. So let me insert my card details very quickly. And so in doing that, so I insert my card details. So I have my card details inserted. All I need to do is click on pay. Once I click on pay, it will send me an OTP. So once I get the OTP, I would be okay. I've gotten the OTP. Okay. Okay. All right. So I click on pay. Once I make the payment and the payment goes through, it will load up and ask me to pay for stamp duty. Okay, the payment went through, so I need to pay for stamp duty right now. Okay, so the payment was successful. I need to pay for stamp duty. So to pay for stamp duty, you can see the option is bringing up. So this is the secret to paying for stamp duty, right? Once you click on pay for stamp duty, you allow it to load up. Don't do anything, just allow it to load up. Let's wait for it to load up. It's very important for me to show you this, right? It's taking too long. All right, so we're proceeding now. Okay, very good. So it's loading. You can see that it's generating remitter for it. Now once it loads up and show you the remitter portion, don't just go ahead and make payment. This is what you do normally. This is what I do. I click on the branch option, bank branch. Instead of showing me a remitter RRR come here, copy this RRR, because this RRR is same thing for the transaction. Once I copy the RRR, I've copied it, Control C, come back to the card option. Now make payment with the card as well. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Go ahead and still make payment with that same card option. So I'll go ahead and make payment with my card option. Click on pay and continue. Or if it goes through, I'll be debited right away. Click on pay. So I'll be getting an OTP sent to me. Okay, 014-277-62. All right, so pay. This is a complete walkthrough, right? And I'm making sure I'm showing you everything. So once you do this, you see that now the reason why you copy the RRR is because there are sometimes that these transactions will not go through. And don't click anything. Once it's verifying payment, please wait. You actually wait. It is the one begging you to please wait now. So if you don't wait, something will happen that will make you to be the one waiting for it, and that will not be funny. And it can be a major reason why you might have to pay stamp duty twice. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it might be the reason why you have to pay stamp duty twice. So let's allow it to load up. It will load and take its time. Payment successful, right? You can see that payment is successful. So since payment is successful now, then I can proceed and click on the screen. You can see that still the registration is still here to move from pending. It is still in pending. So I come back here, click on stamp duty. Don't forget I copied my RRR. I come here, paste the RRR and delete the hyphens in between, right? Hyphens, and click on validate. So you see the importance of that. So it's asking me to wait for 5 minutes. So you actually do have to wait after the transaction. Let me pause the video and let's wait, and I'll make sure that I show you what I end up getting. So I think it's about 3 minutes now. Let me check if it's ready to validate. Validating. Okay, you can see that it has moved from pending. You can see the message is giving me up there that application has moved to pending. So now you can click on dashboard and you can come to pending approval and see that it has moved to pending approval. So I'm expecting this registration to be finalized. So I believe I've helped you to be able to get through with all the processes.